Nashville, now she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. Giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us Sebastian, her sadness rose. She prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy.
Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass, so don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright, she's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome in. Hi, H. Davis. Welcome in. Hello, Holly. Hello, hello. Hi, Plant Lady. Hey, Sharon. Hello, Janice. Hello, hello, Wise Old Lady. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Stephanie. Hi. Everybody's doing good. Cinderella. Hello, hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. Blessings. Hello, hello. Y'all are going to hear from Smiley today. I'm going to be on the nice side, but we're going to talk. We are sure going to talk. Hello, Christy Smith. Hello, hello. Love you all. Welcome in. If you're even in the bushes, come in and give Smiley a big old thumbs up. Big old thumbs up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Shadow. Hello, Robin. Welcome in. I hope you're all doing well. Is it Reba? Is it Reba? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Hello, everyone from sunny Tennessee. Oh, hello. Ruby for Justice. Hello, Nancy Fleming. Hello. Jennifer Hawkins. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, honey. Love you, honey. Good to see you. Welcome in. You couldn't choose today, could you? You had to come see your old friend. Hello. Did you just have to come ring the bell? I love you, Jennifer. I love you. Good to see you. Give me a thumbs up. Hello. I want to talk to y'all a minute, and especially from Hello Rap. Hello Rap. I think this is important, okay? You don't have to have a lot of book sense. You don't have to have a lot of college degrees. You don't have to have all the things. In fact, let me play one. This is one of my intros I usually play for Sebastian. Let me play something for you, okay? This goes way back. Let me just bear with me, okay? And just hang in there, okay? Y'all know Smiley, just hang in there. And my friend Jennifer knows me, so she gonna know my buttons here, and she gonna know all my ways with the computers. I'm picking on you today, Jennifer, but let's just go with this for just a second. Sebastian Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
you think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my third son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming. Wait. What did Nick say? And that was early on. Excuse me. What did he say? Honey, I could say, there you go, baby. I could say several things and pull up several things. And, yeah. Now look, again, you don't need, let me take this off so you can see me, okay? You don't need a degree. You don't need to be a journalist. You don't need to get that big paycheck to have a little bit of common sense. You just don't. Hi, Nick, if you're watching. See, this has been the second time I've been really pissed off at Nick, but I'm not the only one. Sometimes I wonder about Nick. Nick's got a good paying job, well known, was real well respected, probably still is by some people. You know, they just talk about Smiley's eyebrows. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't still put them on like that. Hey, Nick, why don't you send me some pencils too if you could get on that train? Anyway, one day ago, see, he hadn't had much to talk about either. I don't know which train he's jumped on or hopping lately. He's a puppet. Yeah, he's a puppet. I'm wondering if he ain't some of these wacko sources too, but he's talking about his sources, but whatever. Anyway. So one day ago, it was, you know, everybody, some people don't want to celebrate Sebastian's birthday. It's not nothing to celebrate. Some people just want to bring awareness. Culver's did a wonderful thing to bring awareness to Sebastian's name and face. This just happens to be a flyer I have, but there's many out there. Seth and the parent, all the parents like you to use the FBI one. I use all of them. I love this one. I think this is a great idea because this one has the very last photo of him. Zales, stop it. It's Christmas time, you know. But anyway, and it shows a more updated photo of him. That's why I like that one so much. But anyway, back to the story, back to Smiley's farm. But one day ago, Nick Barris, if he don't have any news to report, I say just like the others, the YouTubers and the others, don't put anything out. Simply put his flyer out. Simply bring the awareness. You're right there in Tennessee, man. You're local, man. You owe everybody an apology. Hold on. So don't let me get too carried away, okay? I can't take it when it comes to this. I can't. Maybe I need to maybe I need to jump off the train. Maybe. But maybe you do more, Mr. Bare Ass, as Justin calls you. Listen, the truth is the truth. So, in case you haven't saw it, and I don't think you can see it in this light, he puts up this flyer. But instead of just putting up the flyer, he couldn't just simply bring awareness. You know what he was trying to do? He had to personally write, cold case, remains active as Sebastian Rogers turns 17. On Sunday, Sebastian turned 17. He disappeared from his Hendersonville home February 25th, 2024. Since then, no trace of him has been found. He is not to be forgotten. And authorities continue to follow any leads. Covering that bare ass. But at the very top, cold case. Ray Charles could see cold case above everything else. Stevie Wonder could see cold case above everything else. Hell, Smiley could see cold case above everything else. Thank you, Kimberly. So I want to play y'all something. Smiley hasn't done this in a while. Nick Bare Ass, this is for you and the entire world, honey. I hate that music. Uh-oh. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm missing persons. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I hate to bother you. I have a question for you on the Sebastian Rogers case. And it's just a question. Is that a cold case?
No, ma'am. We still are receiving active tips and leads on it every day, so it's definitely still being worked and not considered cold.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with, do you know that there's a local news station in Nashville that is putting out that is a cold case?
I'm not familiar. Which one are you referring to? You know?
News Channel 5, yeah, I know. It's posted. It was posted yesterday by this news person online. That's not a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. You know, I mean, that's just not a good sign because that'll cause people to stop looking and putting forward tips and stuff, in my opinion. So I wanted to verify that with you.
Was it on like social media? Nick, or was it just an article on their website?
Nick Barris put it out. I'll just go ahead and say it. Nick Barris put it out. News Channel 5.
Okay. Okay. I will get on there and take a look at it and let our public information officer know and see if they need to reach out to him or anything. But it's definitely still a very active case with us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whoops. Mm-hmm. Whoops. Yikes. Not a cold case. Not a cold case. I think, in my opinion, Nick, I don't know, you might be close to retiring, but be careful because you've made a lot of mistakes in this case. And I would want to take my retirement home, actually. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' case is not cold. And you should not put out that information. You should not even go there with that. If you want to put out his flyer, do so. Otherwise, stick with shoplifting at Walmart. Stick with wreckage up on Main Street or Broadway. Just a little thought. Or the birds rocking around the Christmas tree somewhere out there. You know, at Opry Mills or something like that would be great. But no, it's not officially classified as a cold case. TBI and Sumner County have not labeled it as so. And FBI is working on it as well. Yeah. So that happened. And it is very much active, and they are still very much getting tips. And if you were very smart, you would know FBI just got a tip the other night. But hey, if you know, you know. Just saying. Not saying it will be anything or was anything, but just saying. There's a big difference in what authorities call it and how the public perceives it. Maybe Nick Barris just is a public knucklehead, perceiving it as a cold case. In his opinion, maybe. Which everybody has their own opinions, even I do. They're just like assholes. Everybody has one. Everybody was born with an asshole. So it's free speech as well. Everybody has that as well. Just as I'm having my free speech right now and my opinion right now. But you don't have to lie. Again, what do I tell you all the time? You don't have to add to. And just because you think you're a rich bitch and you got money and you got a book degree, don't mean you have to get on here and act holier than thou and make people think that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a cold case, because it's not. But when you're in the real news, and I'm not talking about YouTube, no dits to YouTube, but when you're in the real news and you're a real reporter, supposed to be, and you're supposed to be well respected, people do look up to you, and you work for a huge channel in Nashville, Tennessee, and you report huge stories in your town, you know, the real news that literally goes on local stations and broadcast, you're supposed to be helping find the missing, doing, you know, murder cases, and yeah, those shoplifting cases and those little updates over in Centennial Park and rocking around the Christmas tree, and yeah, those things too. As a journalist, that's your job, but you're supposed to do it correctly. You're not supposed to be putting out false information, and you're not supposed to be putting headlines that certainly get people's attention maybe at the first glance that will cause somebody to stop looking for a missing child and say, oh, well, this is a cold case. You really should get on here, of course, in my opinion. Pick up all your marbles off of the ground, Nick. It's time to stop playing around. Pick up all of your marbles. Put them back in your pocket or your brain or wherever they go. And you don't hinder this investigation. And, you know, make a public apology. That's the right thing to do to your viewers. Not my viewers. Because, see, my viewers just heard. Look, hold on. They just heard. See, I don't care if the father or anybody else, the mom, that of course we know she's not, but I don't care if the public is upset with law enforcement for whatever reason. Your viewers, you need to apologize to, in my opinion. And I believe law enforcement over me believing Nick Barris. So for those just coming in, we're going to listen to this again. Because my viewers are going to know. They're going to know over here that this is not a cold case. And I'm going to play from the very beginning this time. I don't think they heard it from the very beginning last time. Sorry about that, y'all. That was my bad.
Your investigation. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Are you familiar, I'm sure you are, with the Sebastian Rogers case?
Hold on one second. Let me send you over to the missing person unit. Hold on one second.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm missing person, so can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I hate to bother you. I have a question for you on the Sebastian Rogers case. And it's just a question. Is that a cold case?
No, ma'am. We still are receiving active tips and leads on it every day, so it's definitely still being worked and not considered cold.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with, do you know that there's a local news station in Nashville that is putting out that is a cold case?
I'm not familiar. Which one are you referring to? Yeah.
News Channel 5. Yeah, I know. It's posted. It was posted yesterday by this news person online. That's not a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. And you know, I mean, that's just not a good sign because that'll cause people to stop looking and putting forward tips and stuff, in my opinion. So I wanted to verify that with you.
Was it on like social media? Or was it just an article on their website?
Nick Barris put it out. I'll just go ahead and say it. Nick Barris put it out. News Channel 5.
Okay. I will get on there and take a look at it and let our public information officer know and see if they need to reach out to him or anything. But it's definitely still a very active case with us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, how do you like them apples? Yeah, how do you like them apples, Nick? So I think you owe your viewers a public apology because my viewers are going to know that this is not a cold case. Just saying. Now, you know, it would have been okay just to put a flyer out, but I think what you did was just disgusting. I really do. I think I just think it was wrong. And there's too much disgusting things going on in Sebastian Rogers' name right now and on him. And this is just not the time to do it right here at his birthday and what you did. Excuse me. Culver's did a beautiful, wonderful thing, like I said. And, you know, this is why, Nick, other businesses and other people, don't want to do things and get involved. Just stuff like this gets too ugly. And Sebastian has to be found. People don't need to stop looking. This, in my opinion, it's people like you that's why cases go cold. So, I don't care. Do or say what you want, but I don't care. I don't feel like you have the same heart. Me and you's not the same. We're not the same. I think money grinds you just like it does a lot of people. So whatever, it is what it is. The truth is the truth, and you stick with the truth and you can't go wrong, people. So this is definitely not a cold case. Please continue to look for 17-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who just turned 17 the other day on December 7th. Right? There's every chance in the world to still find him if you look for him, if you advocate for him. Not if you see a post like Nick Barris put out and see only the first couple of words, it's a cold case, and people go on about their day, in my opinion. We don't need the world, especially locals, to stop looking for him, thinking this is a cold case and there is no hope. We got to have hope. Hope he's found, no matter what. We need the world looking for him, especially the locals, and never giving up. And every time it starts to go warm, it needs to heat up like a 3rd-degree burn that, damn it, it needs to be a trip to the hospital. It's so hot. Thank you, Lil Red. Thank you. Absolutely. And that's the only way to do it. Go straight to the source. Don't even take my word for it. Don't take Nick Barris's word for it just because he's the damn news. Just because they got a damn degree in journalism or whatever, that don't mean they're trustworthy. TBI rarely comments anyways. But if you want to know something, all they're going to do is say they can't speak or they won't. Go to the source, people. Go to the source. Do your research. But don't say you did it and then didn't do it and then come out here with freaking lies. Sometimes it's best just to keep your mouth shut. But I think Nick owes everybody an apology. And he needs to take that shit down. Even if it means taking that flyer down of Sebastian. Oh, well. It wasn't like he put up one anyway until he had to put some lie up there or incorrect information. In my opinion, and I know in the public's opinion, accountability goes a long way. Take some accountability. Take some accountability. But hey, who am I? I don't get that big paycheck. I don't have them credentials or those degrees. But what I do, I have a big heart and I believe in the right thing. And I don't on purpose come out with this kind of bullshit. If there's nothing to say, then just don't say nothing. Like I said, go chase the birds. If there's nothing to say, don't say nothing. If you don't know how to speak from your heart and add it in, then just don't say nothing. Simply advocate. Give out flyers. When you're filling out your bills, put a flyer in there. Let it go across the world. When you're sending out your Christmas cards, put a flyer in there. But hell, y'all probably don't even have a heart to do that. Just saying. It's not a cold case unless you allow it to go cold. When you go shopping, hell, do y'all even go shopping anymore? Do you go grocery shopping? Put a flyer and leave it in the buggy. People are still looking. They are still searching. But there are people who never heard of this case, unfortunately, and have never laid eyes on Sebastian. If you leave a flyer, they will see. They will know. Let's remember that. Now, let's remember this. There's cases where teens disappear from their bedroom, and they usually involve, abduction. They involve abduction of someone inside the home or a staged disappearance. I think every day that's what happened here, in my opinion. Let's get off of Nick. Nick knows he needs to do an apology. Let's talk about some other things now. Yeah, reporters that don't have a heart need to report politics. Exactly. Go report the politics, man. Go do that. Absolutely. I think this was disgusting, especially, that was just a jab. That was just unheard of right there at his birthday. It was just disgusting. Too many. In my opinion, Mama Marissa, too many wild things happen around his birthday. Don't you agree? It was just nuts. Holly said he could use it as an opportunity to apologize. Yes, absolutely he could. I just think it was wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to apologize for it. And I could have went on to call FBI, and I had every intention of doing that. I did have every intention of doing that. But if TBI says they are, and I'll just tell y'all, I'm going to tell you the truth, to be honest with you. I did email Brandon Carter, and I asked him, same thing. Of course, he didn't email back. That's no surprise. Surprise. At least he didn't to my timing, because I can't sit in here and wait all day. And nor, I'm sure, is he going to answer any damn emails. But at least we know TBI's working, and I know FBI's working. But, I'm not going to lie to you. Brandon did not email back, and I ask him, just say, yes, it's active, or, it's cold, period. But I don't blame them either for trusting shit. They all know Smiley. Smiley gonna be putting it out here. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Period. The truth is the truth. Now, so there's that. But so anyway, I just didn't see any sense in calling the FBI. I know for a fact FBI is working, and I know we know that. There's several of us in here that know that for a fact. But the point is, TBI says it's not cold. It's not cold. That's all I wanted to hear. Is it cold? Yay or nay? No, it's not. So there's that. It should not. And that was enough for me when the lady went a step further and told me, they may need to get in touch with the information officer, and, I don't know, maybe they'll have a little chat with Nikki Boy. So I don't know. I just find everything a little bit strange. So at least they know Smiley did her part. And if some don't like Smiley's part, oh, well, do you think I care? Do I look like I care? Do I really look like I care? Because I don't. What I care about is Sebastian. That's who oh, matter of fact, I've been out today. And guess what I got on? I've been out today, and it's cold. I can't back up. God, I should back my whole table up. I don't know if I can turn around. But anyway, I got on my Sebastian's Missing shirt, sweatshirt. I got that from over at Cess, and I've been sporting it. So if nobody has seen him or knows about him, guess what I've been wearing? I've been wearing my Sebastian Rogers sweatshirt, hoodie. That's exactly, I almost forgot I had it on. It's so comfy. It's cold in here too. Sometimes I get cold, sometimes I get hot. But that's what I've been sporting today. I almost forgot. I went grocery shopping today. Where else did I go? I had to go pick up some medicine at the vet. My other little dog had hurt his little foot. So I went there. Oh, and I was talking to the lady about her dog. She's like, you look so cute today. Whatever. So anyway, we were talking. She got to see my sweatshirt. The people there got to see it. Where else did I go today? Walmart. I spent and I did some Christmas shopping. So got gas. I don't know. I almost forgot I had it on my shirt. Yeah, really, y'all need to go over to Cess and you need to get one of these. I know I have my own merch store, but y'all need to go get one of these. When I tell you, and it's washed, and it's really washed good, and it's so comfortable, and it's so cozy, and it's a good way to, advertise. It's a good way to advertise. And no wonder Seth likes to wear his shirts all the time. But when I tell you I'm going to, and it's got these on the arms, on each arms. And so when I tell y'all, I know you can't see it for this. I'm scared I'm going to put it back up. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Where is hide? Uh-oh. Is that the right one? Okay, hold on. I got all these things going. Hide. Okay, so here's the front. Okay, here's the front. I know my chair. Let me move this chair. Shit. Here's the chair. Back. Here's the back. And then there's this. There's the arm. There's the arm. Again, there's the. And it's a hoodie. Oh, now I can't see y'all. Let me put these back up because I wanted this back up. Anyway, so when I say I'm going to do something, I just do it. Yeah, okay, so go to Cess. Hold on, let me drop the link. Let me just drop the link. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. See, I'm chilly right now. I got my fan on in here, though. Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on a minute. I got his channel here. Hold on a minute. I would have got it ahead of time, but I didn't realize. I forgot I had it on. Okay, here's the store. Okay, visit store. Okay, now how do I? Shit. Oh. Okay, hold on a minute. I should know this. I'm a freaking mod over there. Duh. Okay, so the Rogers. I'm gonna put this in there. I think this is the store. Okay, this is the store. This is either the store or his channel. Okay, there's that. Go back to my live on my phone. Okay. I think, well, anyway, you'll get there from that, I believe. But he's got a lot of stuff over there. Go over there and support him. Trying to see it from there. I think that's the collections one. Let me put that. Yeah, I think that's it. But anyway, it's cold there in Texas. It's cold. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, they're really comfortable. They really are. They wash really good. They got all different colors. No, it's okay, Janice. It's okay. I know we go in and out here the last few days. I've been watching some things, and I'm going to go over, let me get this down. I'm going to go over some videos and stuff because I have been watching some things and doing some things, and I've been listening. And, I was in Betty's this morning, but something hit me last night. And I said I was going to talk about it today. And I'm going to also do that. But I got to think about Nick, you owe everybody an apology. I'm sorry. But you do. You do. So I'm going to leave that up. If you didn't catch the front of it, catch it. Because this is not a cold case. Stop saying it's a cold case. Stop it. Sharon, I love you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, honey. We love you over here on this channel. Y'all go also, Sharon, sign up to Sharon's channel too. And we have got to get her up here. I think Annabella is off this week. Now I'm going to have a little surgery Friday, but we have got to get her up here. Maybe we need to try. I can't, Lord, I can't. I want to, maybe we can do it before I go, but we need to do a little live and have her up here in the background. I want to do some of her stuff, man. I want her to be doing that while I'm talking. Like she said, that was a great idea. But me and Annabella has been talking about that. We love you so much over here, Sharon. Y'all go sub up to her as well, man. And Miss Sharon, I'm thinking about, no, I'm not thinking about, I'm going to eventually here soon redo this room. And I want to also put those on my wall as well. Believe me, I'll treasure those forever. Thank you for sending those to me. I am not kidding. I love that stuff. I love it. Love it. But speaking on Sebastian, I mean, they don't owe us anything, but in my opinion, it's not, there was no runaway at all. Teens who truly walk off, they eventually get spotted somewhere. They do. But not Sebastian. He didn't get spotted anywhere, right? And when vanishing with no trace, for no reason and no evidence, well, that usually really is pointing to a third party somewhere, like inside. I'm just saying, the truth is being withheld somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, somebody knows. Inside, usually. But with this case, see, it don't match. It don't match a runaway pattern. No way, shape, form. There's no, it don't look like no voluntary walk off. There's no cases that it matches like that, no signs. It's not a typical teenage behavior. There's, or no accidental disappearance, right? There's no accidental scenarios, But what it does match, in my opinion, of course, what it does match is insider knowledge. Just like there's insider knowledge cases out there. Like, those abductions without witnesses cases. Jesus. Cases that are misleading, kind of, early on. Susan Smith, just saying. That kind of sort of thing, in my opinion, cases where they may hold unanswered pieces. And in my opinion, I believe that. I believe that. I think there was a time, I think there was a time before the call was made. I think it was a controlled environment. And I think it's still being controlled. But of course, all of that is just my opinion. And if you're feeling hurt or, that I'm saying that, then I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm speaking to those in the house. Too bad. Or anybody that's involved in that. Too bad. You know who you are. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about the aftermath of your actions. You should have thought about that before you did whatever it may have been that you did, or whatever part it might have been or was that you had in this. Did you think people would just think it was a runaway, or they would just give sympathy and go on about their business and move on? Well, it didn't happen. It won't happen. And it's not going to happen. And it's not a cold case. And it's not going to be a cold case if we have anything to say about it. Now, I want to talk about Katie speaking on Sebastian's birthday. Yeah, I think I'll go there. I think I will. I absolutely think I will. I know y'all want to know what I got to say about that. Well, let me play a little music and let's watch some of the video. You know, it is what it is. Fair use disclaimer, okay? And opinions only, for educational purposes only. You know, it falls under fair use. I don't intend no copyright infringements on anyone, okay? If y'all don't mind, mods, would you please drop the link to this channel that I'm going to play? This is only for commentary, criticism, educational purposes, and hopefully it will, help somebody in this news reporting and teaching, okay? And just be respectful. That's all I ask. Just be respectful. It is what it is. Just hold your horses, okay? And let's see here. Fair use. Fair use is up. Fair use is running at the bottom here. It's in my comments. It's in my about section. It is in my description. It is actually, it's a shame I have to do this, but where is hold on a minute. Oh, I don't know where it's at. Hold on. Well, I think that's enough. It's up there. I'm gonna play a little bit of music. Hold on. Shoot. Media. Where is my music? See? Okay. Where's my music? Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a shame I'm going to have to do this, but I'm going to put the disclaimer up there and take Sebastian's picture down just a minute. Isn't that a shame? Hold on. Sorry, I found it. Duh. I was helping Jim last night, and now I forgot where it was. Okay, so I'm playing a little bit of music as well. Actually, I'm gonna take me and Knucklehead's picture down right here, and I'm gonna put Sebastian right there afterward in just a minute. Okay, there you go. So I got all the fair use up. I don't know why it'd be a problem. Everybody else is like this.
The last update on the featured news items was September 4th of 2025, and the FBI back over here because Katie and Chris did speak to it at tips for what to do when a loved one goes missing. You can also reach out to Missing Persons Global Response, the ICRC,
Sorry, I was
and
trying
they
to get
offer
more sheet
information and
music
resources
on, but I
for
think it's right
families
after this.
affected by missing persons cases.
This is Duchess.
And you can always go to local
For
law
the
enforcement
missing.
or police
She
agency
had the
that's
first
handling
interview with
the case,
Kate and
file a
Chris, if y'all
report, and get
remember.
their official guidance.
So drop
These live
her
streams are focused for the missing victims to get
channel
out factual
on-
awareness
hold
to
on
help
just a
bring
minute.
them home
Let me
safe.
do this.
Remember, if you see something, say something. We have so many people that are missing all across the United States and around the world. Thanks for watching this. Please share a missing flyer. Well, now Katie did say that she made out there. We have the go over to the FBI website. Also find it date that I backed all the way out. A white male. He 13 because that's what his mother told me. And of course, you guys remember when Katie gave me some different information about his clothing, and a lot of people complained about that. And I just wanted to clarify that Katie and Chris did speak to authorities about changing the information. Hey, why didn't you change the weight? You know that we told you this. Or why didn't you change the clothing? Because you know that we specifically said black long sleeve pajama t-shirt and black pants with a white stripe. And the response was, we want to keep it as general as possible. We're not changing it. And that is why the official flyers that you see here now, I did put together some of these in a little video. Let me see if I can play that real quick. It doesn't have any music or anything to it, but it just kind of showcases some of the pictures that she sent me today. And he looks like he was just so full of energy in these pictures. Look, he's so sweet there. Him and his mom. Him in his Christmas sweater. And Sebastian and Katie again.
His hair is really lightened up in some of those.
And of course, green marker. And there he is with his teachers. And there he is with his mom. That's a good picture. There he is as a baby. Isn't he sweet? Thank you, Katie, for sending me these pictures and allowing me to share these with everybody. You're welcome, Crazy Redneck. I do appreciate all of y'all being here and supporting the American Autism Foundation in honor of Sebastian's birthday. We want nothing more than for Sebastian to come home to his parents who love him so very much and be safe. So if you see his flyer and his information, please share it. You never know. If you see something, say something. Let's try to keep the focus on Sebastian and less about us. Less about our other issues that's going on here. Let's keep Sebastian out of that because he deserves better. He deserves respect and dignity. I love those planets. And he is grown. I mean, he's 17 years old, y'all. 17. It's hard to believe how much time has passed when you look at those pictures. He's 17 years old.
Yeah,
And our hearts don't just go out to Katie.
Okay, he's 17 years old. He just turned 17 that day that they had this fundraiser that they're doing for, well, they're doing for autism. They're doing it in Sebastian's name. And evidently, from my understanding, this fundraiser is going on until Friday. Okay. Sebastian, his mom, Katie, came up and spoke. I believe it's right in here somewhere, right after this. And Katie spoke on Sebastian's birthday. She spoke maybe 10 minutes, I believe. They went through the pictures again. She explained the pictures. We're going to watch that. I'm going to let it run. We all saw it. Okay. I'm glad she did. I'm glad. I've been listening and I've been watching different things around the internet, the YouTube streets, Facebook, TikTok, and I've been listening to the reactions, some good, some not so good, on this. I know they are mixed. I know it's a mixed bag. I've tried to sleep on it and think on it and not just run out here, right out here, and go live and do a live on it about it. But I've had mixed things as well. And I've had questions and thoughts, and I'm gonna talk about them. So let's just continue to watch for a minute. Let's just watch.
Katie and Chris, they also go out to Seth. And I know that people have their personal feelings about Katie or about Chris or about Seth. But today is the day where we have to put that to the side because we've got to get the focus back on Sebastian because he still needs to come home.
Let me just say this. Yes, that's all sweet and nice and good on Sebastian's birthday that she said that. And she is correct. I will agree with her on that. That yes, the focus needs to be on Sebastian only. And it needs to be only on Sebastian. And kudos that day not allowing any bullshit in the chat. But yes, PR, here's my but. But today is December 9th, and so Smiley's going to say it. Don't nobody give a flying fuck about Seth. Stop it. They probably done been over there running a whole railroad train over Seth. Okay? Just cut it out. Stop it. Stop.
And attacking the parents and we're going to play a video. I'm getting ready to pull it up. I've got to go back and pull it up because I played my video here. So let me go back and pull that up. What is the last update? What is the last thing that we know? I did make a timeline of events, and I do have a video from News Channel 5 that was put out in September. And I thought that might be really good for us to have a little review of what the highlights are about the timeline of Sebastian's case, because I've seen quite a few timelines out there. Who knows the timeline of Sebastian's case? Yes, and their grandparents, just Sheila. Thank you for adding that. We definitely want to keep everyone in Sebastian's family, all of the grandparents. And that includes Chris's parents, Seth's parents. Yes, everyone involved. Because when a child goes
Oh, that's so
missing,
sweet.
it don't just affect the parents, it affects
Absolutely.
everyone.
Milking it.
So, we have the timeline that we're going to go through, and you guys should know a lot of this timeline. You know why? Because a lot of this was on the news.
I agree.
So let's hit the highlights. It's no harm in us reviewing it, right?
No, not at all. I think it's actually the best thing to do is remind people of what's factually known from law enforcement and not rumors and speculations.
Exactly. So, number 1, Sebastian Rogers, last seen alive, February 25th, 2024. Sebastian, last seen by his mother, Katie Proudfoot, before going to bed. Katie describes her son as very smart and not a teen prone to mischief. Remember, Katie said she heard a thud from her son's room around 10 p.m. that night and told him to go to sleep. Remember, everything's fine. He was supposed to go to sleep. On the 26th, the endangered child alert was issued for Sebastian Rogers. Katie said she went to wake her son up only to find he was not in his bed. And after searching the house, she and Chris Proudfoot called the authorities together. Are you guys with me? Have you got your pens and your notepads?
I'm with you.
All right, so on the 26th, the police in Sumner County, Tennessee contacted the TBI that issued that endangered child alert that morning. And according to that alert, Rogers had been seen earlier that day in Hendersonville, Tennessee, wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. A lot of times when they say this on the missing persons report, seen earlier that day, well, that could have been when he went to bed. It doesn't.
Okay, now listen to this. I think it's, I think it's worth listening to. So that we're going to listen to it, okay?
Doesn't necessarily mean he was actually seen in the neighborhood. It's a very vague statement that a lot of people read into, but knowing that I have a few connects with people that work in law enforcement, this is how it was explained to me. Not in this case, but in cases in general. Back when I started 4 years ago, I had a very good friend that worked in law enforcement, and they told me that this is a statement that's often used because they want to keep it very vague in the beginning. They don't always give all of their details in the very first instance because they want to see what unfolds in the case, because the first 48 hours are critical. So I want to make sure that this is very important. Now, more than 200 searchers are sent out for the search for the missing teen, including canine.
See, and I think that's true. And I also believe that that's what they did in Lori Page's case. And, I was very close to that case. And we all know what happened in Lori Page's case. So that's why I think it's crucial and that we heard that part. So, again, I don't personally think that benefits Katie and Chris. I'm just saying. But let's carry on.
Units, mounted officers, drones, and helicopters. All right, we're moving on. Number 4, Amber Alert issued for Sebastian Rogers, February 27th of 2024. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see how many people are with me on this. I don't see 50 people watching right now. Let me know. Put some green hearts in the chat and let me know you're here with me. Peekaboo says, I sometimes scream at my screen. Don't tell nobody. There's my people. Hey, baby boop. It's good to see you. Thank you for your donation. Hey, babe. Y'all look, I got my husband listening. Thank you, darling, for supporting. I appreciate you being here. All right, February 27th, 2024, authorities changed the alert to an Amber Alert, which indicates investigators believe an abduction could be involved and the child is in immediate danger. All right, number 5. The search efforts continued with police using the teen's favorite song, Eye of the Tiger, to try to lure him out. And they also asked people in the area to check security and doorbell cameras to see if there's any footage of him. The local pond was drained in the search. That was February the 29th. Police drained that pond near Sebastian's home, but they didn't find anything. Authorities said while there were multiple tips received from people looking through security footage, they could not confirm any sighting of the teen. And police also said search dogs had not been able to pick up a scent trail for Rogers. Although we later learned that there was a short scent trail, but it wasn't as, it didn't lead anywhere. That's pretty much how it ended. And y'all, we have a special guest joining us right now.
Okay, so here we go. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well. Love you, girl. Thank you for being here. So, again, I'm glad that Katie did speak, but we're going to listen to this and we're going to talk about it because I have some mixed things on this. And if you'll listen, she once again did the same thing she did last year at the very same time, on the very same day, on Sebastian's birthday. She slipped and talked in past tense. And she caught herself. So, yes, she uses past tense. Absolutely. So, we're going to talk about that. So, let's roll.
Welcome, Katie and Chris,
Hi,
if you're there. How are you?
Okay, I guess. I don't have a word to truly say how I feel today. It's been rough. But I did want to come up and I wanted to say thank you so much for what you're doing and for the advocacy. And I truly appreciate you helping in spreading the awareness and helping to keep Sebastian's name out there, and especially without all of the drama and whatnot.
You're absolutely welcome. It's my pleasure to help in any way that I can.
Thank you.
When you see these pictures of Sebastian, knowing that today is his 17th birthday, is there anything that you want to share about Sebastian today?
I've been blubberballing all day looking at him. I shared some more pictures just to kind of give a little more perspective to Sebastian throughout the years. I know there's been limited pictures that we've put out, and
I know some of these pictures when he is little, he is so precious as a
My question is, and I'm so thankful that she put those pictures out. Some of them are, some we haven't seen before, or I haven't, but if you're going to go through those pictures or take the time, allegedly take the time, my question is, it's been almost 2 years. Why not just go ahead and put out, more updated, or add to these and put up more updated? I'm just curious. So if people is out there looking for him, we're not looking for a baby, a toddler. I'm just saying, But that's my thoughts. That's my opinions. Yeah, I agree, Miss Thornton. I agree.
Baby.
He is. He was just the most adorable toddler and pretty cute as a teenager too. But every single one of these pictures I remember taking. That flower vase that you just showed, that was a Mother's Day gift that he made for me that year.
Let me find it again. Hang on. Let's see.
It
I
really
still have it.
The different pictures that you're showing too really show how fast his hair lightens up
Oh yeah.
naturally in the sun. And hi, Katie, sending you
Hi,
a hug today.
His hair definitely looks different depending on the lighting and the time of year. Honestly, depending on how much time he's been out in the sun and whatnot, it definitely it can look brown as brown can be 1 minute, and then in different lighting, the blonde really comes through, which is why I like to share
Absolutely.
some of the more diverse pictures because you know, it helps with the perspective. If you see them, you know, depending on the lighting and how it's cut, really does make it look a little different. I
like this picture.
The picture with Christopher and I and Sebastian, that was, if I'm not mistaken, we were going into the haunted house. They have a real large haunted house. And we took him, and he was just so excited because he's like, I'm not going to be scared at all.
The genuine smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And it really shows.
I love this one too, with the planets.
Yeah.
Tell me about this picture.
So that was back when we were in California. That was his bedroom. And they were learning about the planets, and he was
Yeah, these are pictures of, you know, like when he was in California and, you know, a long time ago, and, you know, things like that. There's some when she was talking about when they went to the fair that you'll see. But where was the last fair? Where was that? How come she didn't pull out? She said they go every year to the fair. Well, where was the last fair? Oh, let me guess. Chris couldn't get off from work. Well, did she not have any at the last fair with Sebastian? I'm just asking. You know, these are questions that I have. It is bliss blessing. Still nice to see the younger pictures. I love seeing the younger pictures. I love it. That shows he, you know, in all accounts, he was a happy child, and nobody's, you know, not saying he was not happy. I mean, I know Chris was, when he was home, very, you know, army-ish, to him. Very, hey Shay, good to see you. Let's see. Hey Smiley, all Seth was his caretaker in yes, absolutely. So and she didn't say whether this was her and Seth's home. I didn't hear that, Shay, you know, but I'm just saying a lot of these were in California when he was younger. God, I don't know what they're doing in there. Sorry about all the rattling. Sounds like they're shaking dog food or something in there. My God. Sorry, y'all. It's noisy here tonight. But yeah, a lot of these are younger pictures, but I do love seeing the younger pictures. What I was saying, Bliss, is they should have, or she should have, if she found the time to go through these photos, why did she not, that's my question, why did she not just go on and take the time, if she had them, to add to? I'm sure, I am 110% sure, honey, Duchess wouldn't have minded her being on there another 10 or 30 minutes showing photos. I I'm positive about that. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I would give my right pinky tip for that. I guarantee it. And just think of all the money they could have raised in Sebastian's name for autism. I'm just saying. Nobody would have minded, right? Nobody.
Excited about it, and I found this kit, and each one of those planets we painted, and then we put them up in his room, the solar system, and I found that the glow stars and moons and whatnot. And so at night he would make sure his light was on, and at bedtime he would turn it off, and he would just have the whole solar system up there. And on his wall back there, his helper award that he got at school. He was so proud of that. We still have it hanging. It was a huge motivator for him.
That is wonderful. I love those planets. When I saw that, I was like, because I love space. And when I saw that, I was like, Sebastian and I have a lot in common.
He's gone through a lot of phases over the years.
I don't care
I can
who
imagine.
they raise money for, actually. But as a parent
Oh my
of
gosh,
a
that's a
missing
good one
child,
right there.
Yes, it is.
That's a really
as a parent of an active, not a cold case, Nick Barris, but as a parent of an active missing child, you should be raising money for your own child. Take care of your own household first. Just saying. That might be an idea. Okay? Wasn't it somewhere? And I don't know, I can't quote it verbatim, but I know I heard something somewhere. Somebody might want to find that clip and send it to me. Not right now. You don't have to right now. I know I'm not that damn crazy. Didn't Chris say something somewhere on here? YouTube, on these streets, I don't know, it could be in any channel. He said something about, we tried to raise money for horses, searches, this, that. They told us no. I know I heard that somewhere. I swear I did not dream that. Let me tell you something. Clean up your own front door first. Just saying. Okay, how about that? I'm saying. But otherwise, you know, this is almost like, it's a good deed. It is. But it's kind of almost sort of like, to me, I'm just saying, I look at things different. It's almost like blaming, you know, why? It's not blaming Sebastian. I don't want to say that. Okay, but why put the weight of this on Sebastian? Sebastian can't speak for himself. We all know Sebastian loved animals. We all know that. Okay, but as we go on, you're going to see, and you ain't going to see her because she can't put her face up there. That's another thing we got to talk about. But why put on Sebastian? He's not here to say, yeah, let's raise money for others. How does she know what he want to do? He ain't been here for 2 years. He might not like that idea. He might have, because he's a sweet kid. I'm not saying that. We don't even know if his favorite color is green still. If he's finding a whale out there. We don't even know if he likes Eye of the Tiger anymore if he's out there. We don't know. She don't know. Unless she knows where he's at and he's fine, well, safe. And she's just that cruel. I'm just saying. You know. But she can't even say that, honestly. Listen, don't get me sidetracked here. Let's just go. Let's roll.
His grin is so distinct.
Oh, that was the first day of school.
I love this picture too, with his glove on.
He was, for a little while there, he was really into baseball. We would get tickets to go see the Padres play fairly regularly. And we would go, and he got so into it that he became a hardcore Padres fan for a little while. And so we got him a glove, and
I don't know, because they had a
we used to,
problem with
out in the
Seth,
backyard,
remember?
we'd
Woo!
throw the ball, and he was actually pretty good swinging with the bat. He was pretty good at it, and a
See
lot of
what
fun
else
going out there. He
we've
got to
got.
meet the entire team more than once.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mhm.
Tell me about this picture. I've got to know.
State fair.
When I saw it, I was like, hold on, what do we have going on here?
So
With this corn.
we have a tradition where every year we go to the state fair because all of us love the grilled corn. It's just not the same anywhere else, even at home. And so every year we go to the state fair and we get our grilled corn. And the two of them were sword fighting with their corn.
See, that was where I was going. I was like, what is happening here? I was like, is this
They were standing there in the middle of the walkway
sword fighting?
with the corn.
Kids will be kids, won't they?
The big one and the little one in that picture.
Right. Exactly.
We
Now
got
this-
him that the unlimited ride bracelet, and he was more interested in getting his corn than he was riding the rides.
Oh my goodness. Well, that must be some
Yes,
good corn
Molly,
then
I
for sure.
do.
Now this looks like a scary picture right here, and Sebastian has got his lip out. Tell me more about this one.
That's the same night as the other picture. That's we were waiting in line to get in, and they had different characters running around and scaring people. And he scared Sebastian because he was so determined that he wasn't going to be scared. And we were standing there talking, and we saw him coming up, and he tapped Sebastian. And Sebastian turned around and jumped.
I'm
And,
sure.
I was like, I gotta get a picture of this. And he stuck his lip out. He's pouting.
Oh my goodness. I would have been, I don't know, beside myself. Tell me about this picture right here with the Grinch.
So that is a
Okay, Seth told me he did say, because I asked him about that around Halloween time, he did say he loved Halloween, and Halloween was his favorite time. He loved Halloween. And but the reason I stopped it again this time, I know y'all are tired of me stopping it, is to me, it might just be me. When Duchess asked her about tell about the Grinch, she pauses. It's almost like I don't know, she just pauses, and what is there to think about? I mean, either you remember, you don't remember. It's just some type of delay here. I don't know, just listen.
event that they do here. It's a charity event where they bring in all these buses and they decorate them, and you get to
Beside myself. Tell me about this picture right here with the Grinch.
So that is a event that they do here. It's a charity event where they bring in all these buses and they decorate them, and you get to go through and look at the
$1 million
buses and the
question, honey.
decorations, and it's a charity event for the children locally, and we go every year and we support. And Sebastian saw this Grinch and he loved it so much. He's like, I want to get a picture with him. I've got probably 100 pictures from that night because he was just posing with everybody.
I love that so much. And this must be an Halloween costume, or was this just a regular dress up?
The Transformer, no, that was Halloween. Oh no, sorry, the Naruto, that was Halloween as well. He as soon as he puts on his costume, he gets into character.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt about that.
I got a bunch of pictures because he was just sitting there doing all his little moves, and he was doing his little dabby thing, and he was running like Naruto with his hands where they put them down like behind him, and they just take off running real fast. And that was what he wanted to be. So that year he was Naruto. I think
Love it.
I think him and his daddy were watching a lot of those anime cartoons and whatnot.
Okay. I love it. Now
That's
tell me
interesting.
about this one, because this is another favorite of mine. I love that picture. His face is so he looks so happy in this picture. Tell me about it.
If I'm not mistaken, that's another Halloween. I don't know, it's just goofing off.
Again, how
Was
do you not
Halloween
know if you're not
the favorite? Was that the one that was like got the most joy, was dressing up and stuff?
It's definitely one of his favorite holidays.
That's what I figured.
I think he enjoys the things that we go out and do, like the haunted rides and the haunted houses and whatnot. But I think more than anything, he likes it because he gets a whole bunch of candy.
One thing about these photos, though, that you're sharing, Katie, is it really shows his ability to adapt in crowds, different situations, around a lot of people. So that's a really good thing to know, that you guys had been out at like sporting events, loud
Janice, would
things.
you maybe
If he
drop
was
Duchess's link for
interested
me,
in it, it
please?
seems like he did really well and enjoyed himself.
Yes, yeah. So Sebastian was sensitive, or is sensitive to like sudden loud noises bother him, or loud noises bother him. But if it's something that he's enjoying or having fun with, he tends to cope a little bit better with it.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the day. He does have some days where it's more prominent or more bothersome, and other days where he can crank the radio up. One day he'll reach over while I'm driving and turn the radio up real loud if he likes the song, and other days he's like, "Mom, can you turn it down? It's too loud." But I think it just depends more so on how he was feeling and what kind of noise it was as well. Like fireworks, we always gave him the sound headphones. We have he has a set of headphones like you would wear at the gun range, where they're the soundproofing. And so because he hated fireworks, but we found out he actually loved the fireworks, he just hated the noise. And once we got him these his own headphones that he could put on, and we controlled that sound effect on it, then he turned out he
That's a good point, Fun to Ski. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to tell the truth. Some people are like that. I've seen parents like that. I've seen people with animals like that. They like every thing when they're little, cute, sweet. How darling. And then when they start getting bigger, and you sometimes they're not hard when they're little. As they get older, it's more, right? Then that's when you have to deal with more, and they cost more, and you start dealing with things, and it's just too much, or they start mouthing back and all that kind of stuff. They want to get rid of them. There's, I had a person like that next door to me with animals. Oh, they're cute. And every time you turn around, they had a new animal, a new puppy. Well, keep the damn same one you had before. And some people really are like that with their children, but it's disassociation or detachment or whatever you want to call it. It's crazy. So yeah, that could be, very well could be.
loved it. And he was out there just having a great old time. because
It's
we
just,
always do kids fireworks that they can partake in, and then we have like the real big ones.
it's just one more a good reminder of how much, you know, adapting and the ability of finding joy, you know, even in all of this.
That's what
And
I heard.
just, you know,
I
if
heard
he's
she
out
used to
there,
be really
he
a
could-
loving mother.
he
I,
could
I
be, you know,
heard
anything,
that.
like his ability to adapt and enjoy things. So it gives me hope.
Me too.
Definitely.
I'm going to
Definitely.
continue to hold on to that for you guys because
And Chico says we've done hit 1K. Oh my gosh, y'all. It says here we've reached $1,567 of 2K. You guys are incredible. Y'all
That's
are
amazing.
showing off. Y'all are showing off. Oh my gosh. I cannot even believe this.
oh, that's
1581 right now. We're at 1581. You guys are amazing.
yeah, that's incredible.
Sebastian would love that. He loves helping other people. Thank you all.
This is just, you guys are so amazing. Missing persons around the world, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
This photo you have on your screen, I mean, every one of them, the genuine smile and joy, that his smile is so distinct in every one of these. And this is just, it's like a whole new, all these different features that I'm noticing that I didn't notice before. And some of the previous photos are just standing out to me. And I'm like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
these are great, Katie. Thank you for sharing these with us today. I know today has got to be incredibly difficult for you, but
I just want him to know that he's loved and that we're out here and that we're still looking for him.
I do
Absolutely.
like that one. That's a good one, Sebastian.
And we're
That
here
was-
just to you know, to help support in any way that we can, and for all of the parents, you know. And I feel like that this is the time that we need to bring the focus back to Sebastian.
absolutely.
So you know, and I appreciate you, you know, coming up and sharing, you know, your memories about these wonderful pictures that you sent us today, because it helps us to be able to share in those memories and know how important it is that Sebastian come home to his family where he's loved.
We all love him so much. Not just me and both his dads, but the whole family. We all love him. And it's just incredibly difficult not having him home and not knowing where he is and if he's okay. But I know in my heart we're going to find him because we're not going to stop looking. None of us are. Good, bad, and ugly aside, we all love him and we all have the goal of bringing him home.
Absolutely. That's really all that we want. And we have such a wonderful community that can put their differences aside and be able to say, you know, we got to keep the focus on Sebastian. And that's what is paramount. And I believe this is Sebastian with his teachers here.
At his 8th grade graduation. That was his 8th grade graduation day.
He seems like such a happy young man.
He is. He's so proud of himself in that picture. Those are some of his favorite teachers right there. They were amazing. And right there, he was excited. He got the color on the sheets before he went in.
I see that. And green, of course, because green is one of his favorite colors.
Absolutely.
And
He'll pick it every time.
He loves his green tea.
I think that photo right there is a
That is
really
one of my
cute one of
favorite
him
photos
too.
of him ever. And it was so funny because I don't even remember what we were doing. He was just getting himself a drink, and out of nowhere he goes, "Hey mom," and I went, "What?" And he goes, and he looks and he giggles and he's like, "Hey mom, look, green tea," and he just thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
We talked about that, how you were saying, you know, he was just, you know, finding his wittiness.
He was really coming into his wittiness and getting good one-offs and coming up with little funny jokes, and he's really developing his sense of humor. And coming into himself in that way. Like he's every bit of a teenager. You know, he has his good days and his bad days, but he was really starting to develop his own sense of humor and jokes and whatnot, because one of the things about him has always been he's been very literal. So, like,
Yeah, I don't
sarcasm
think she,
very frequently
Tracy, I
missed
don't
on him.
think
It's
she
lost on him.
realizes how many
You know,
times
like,
she's
if you
saying
look at
that.
him and go, "You hurt my feelings," he'll be like, "It's not feelings, it's feelings."
That cracks me up.
Like, it's a joke, bud.
That makes me laugh because I'm sure that he just really brought energy to the room wherever he was at. He
When
just seems like
when he is in a good mood,
Yeah,
and
some
he
people
is
feel
laughing,
vertical.
well, I mean, it's contagious. His smile is contagious. His laugh is contagious. You know, when he's in a bad mood, it's, you know, leave me alone.
hubby and I were talking about his eclectic taste in music. Tell us again some of the different artists that Sebastian liked. I know he liked Taylor Swift.
I am the worst person in the world for that. I am the worst for names. I'm one of those where I can recognize the songs, but for the life of me, I can't tell you the name and artist. He and Christopher, especially when we're driving in the car,
Right.
they will play different songs, and Chris will be like, "What's this song?" And I'll be like, "I don't know." And Sebastian's in the back seat going, "Mom, it's this and this."
Yeah, because I'm sure he knows.
Oh yeah, he loves it. It's like one of their things that they do, and he's huge crush on Taylor Swift, of course, and
Yes.
super embarrassed about that if you call him out for it. He'll just turn as pink can be. But I mean, he loves almost all music, and I wish I could name off more names, but I'm just so terrible at it. I mean, he loves Ed Sheeran. He loves
I know Eye of the Tiger was
Eddie
my
Vedder. Eddie Vedder's one of the ones that he loves.
Yes, Eddie Vedder. Yes, that was it. For the life of me, I could not. I was trying to think of all the things.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? The
Kids,
chat,
think, is
I
one of
bet the
his
chat would
favorites.
be able to tell us all the different things that I probably can't recall in this very moment. And by the way, thank you guys so much for donating. And a big shout out to Anonymous who donated $500.
Oh, my bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are such a blessing, paying it forward while we just, try to share these facts and allow Katie the space to, have a safe place to just say whatever she feels like she wants to say. I appreciate you guys allowing that and for being respectful. It really means a lot. As far as it coming up on the 2-year mark, Katie, I know when we spoke the other day, you had talked to me about wanting to find a way to pay it forward to honor Sebastian. And even after Sebastian is brought home safely, you would like to continue to do that. Do you want to talk about that?
I can, yes.
Okay.
First and foremost, I pray to God we don't see a 2-year mark. I hope we bring him home. But that being said, even when we do bring him home, we were talking and thinking about what would Sebastian want. And we think that supporting other persons that are missing as well is a phenomenal idea, because we're not the only family in this situation, unfortunately. And as much as I wish that no one would ever go through this, it's real. And so we were thinking about potentially trying maybe to set up a scholarship in honor of Sebastian in his name to help other families of missing as well, because there are other families who have perhaps a missing child that has siblings, and we now know how difficult that struggle can be, and we think that Sebastian.
Here's a thought. She just said to help other families in this situation that may have siblings. Okay. Okay, if that's the case, how about this? Just go to that family and you and Chris or Mother Bowersox just donate money to the siblings. How about that? Or just take care of your own and get a scholarship for maybe somebody in New Mexico. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean. I have questions because those are red flags to me. How about take care of your own first instead of children, which, listen, these companies are not companies, these foundations and stuff like that, they get millions and millions and millions of dollars pouring in from all over the world. Listen, I stand behind cancer. My mom died with that. I support that. I stand behind certain diseases. I stand behind Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. I was trying to read what you said. I stand behind autism. My child has that. I stand behind Down syndrome. You know, I stand behind HIV and AIDS. I stand behind all kinds of things. I stand behind runaways. Y'all have heard me talk about that. I stand behind, obviously, the missing. But you know what? If it was me or mine, that's first where it's going. And I'm not going to put it on my family member that's not even here, that can't even speak to theirself just because. Just saying. When those foundations, I know, even St. Jude's, I stand behind them. But I know they have millions. Oh my God. And nothing hurts me more than those sad ones. The commercials. Feed a pet, feed a hungry. A hungry person, a pet. You send this in. And look, I'm a sucker for trying to do this, that, and the other. Even when I don't have it. To, you know, and let me see somebody kick a animal on the side of the road. I'm jumping out of the car. I don't give a frick. Call the cops. I don't care. Look. And I'm not just saying it. I'm going to be about it. But if I don't, look, I'm going to feed my animals here first. That's a great example because I'm going to feed my animals here first before I go trotting off feeding everybody else's animals. Just saying. How about that? How about that one? That's a good example. I'm going to feed my animals here that I love dearly. and can barely afford before I go out trotting, feeding somebody else's. How about that? I want to help all the animals. How about that one? That's right. Walking the walk and talking the talk. How about that? So it's just beyond me.
Would be happy to help them. And so one of the things that we had thought, like I said, was potentially setting up a scholarship to help support another family or another child in honor of Sebastian.
That's amazing. That's an incredible idea. Wonderful.
Even when Sebastian does come home, at least, you know, that's something that you want to continue to do. And I love that.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
we talked about Sebastian, you feel is going to come home.
Yes. We just have to find him.
And that's why it's important for you guys to keep sharing these flyers. Because you've heard it here. His mom has faith. She believes that Sebastian is out there and that he's going to come home.
We're going to continue to hope and stand right beside them however we can help.
That's exactly right. So if you guys see this FBI flyer, if you see the Amber Alert flyer, this is his Nick Mick flyer. I have a flyer available. If anybody wants to share it, I have it on my community wall. I can post it again. We just ask that you please share credible information. Yes. That is so very critical when talking about.
Oh, let me say this. Y'all didn't hear this in the beginning. That's what Duchess is known for. She makes flyers, free flyers. So anybody needs a free flyer, go to Duchess. Go get some flyers, honey. She'll be glad to get you some. Just saying.
His case. And I do have the last video that I see that where the news really covered anything about Sebastian was on News Channel 5, and that was back in September. And I wanted to play that.
We are talking, Gary, about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 17 years old. He just turned 17, missing out of Tennessee. Is that what you're talking about? Liberty Stop. What? I'm doing the right thing. I'm just telling everybody to go get free flyers from Duchess. I mean, what else? I just shared her link. I just told everybody to go get free flyers. Tell her Smiley sent you. Hey, just saying. Gary. Gary, hi. Welcome, honey. Welcome to the crazy world of Smiley. We're talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He is missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, Sumner County. He's been missing since he's been 15 years old. And his mother is on Duchess for the missing right now. Well, this was on his birthday, December 7th. And yeah, that's what we're just discussing it right now. Just going over it.
That short video, Katie. And I just wanted to see if there was anything that you wanted to add onto this clip of just what them reiterating what the FBI has said.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let me share my screen and we're going to play that. And you guys are amazing, by the way. Chico says we have $1,756. So for y'all, we have a 2K goal. If you can help us to get there, if you can't, and you can just like this stream and share it out, like that is still supporting Sebastian. And we do appreciate that more than I could ever express to you. But if you're able to donate and help out the American Autism
Be
Association
careful, Duchess.
in honor of
You may
Sebastian,
want
it
to
really
have
means
Katie tell
so
her
much to
friend
this
Nick
community
Harris,
and to Sebastian.
not saying it's a cold case. You might not meet.
Can I also
people,
say
honey.
really quick before you start this, Katie, I know today has
Sure.
been incredibly difficult. I don't even understand, nor do I want to, all the emotions that you feel on days like today. But thank you for taking time out to come and join Duchess and I and bring awareness to Sebastian, because I know this is all you want is your baby home.
Yeah,
and
where are
I
they
appreciate
at,
you
Liberty?
spending some time with
Where
us
does
today.
that? Just saying.
Yes,
Thank you for
and
that. I'm so grateful that y'all are willing to do what you're doing and to help spread the awareness.
absolutely.
Sebastian is what matters, so
It really is.
I know.
Yes.
Sending you the biggest hug right now.
Nathan, it's not a cold case. I just played
We're here to
that.
stand
I
with
called.
you, with all
It's
the
not a cold
parents,
case. Nick
because the
called
facts
me.
matter. Sebastian matters, and it's time that we put Sebastian back at the forefront, because he's what's most important out of all of this. His life matters, and we've got to get the facts out, and so this is how we're going to do it. So let's watch this video. This is News Channel 5. I don't know, should I give my I might already give my fair use. Hang on real quick. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism.
Actually, I think we need, for the ones just coming in or didn't hear, I think we need to do this again. Oh, Lord, honey, we need to do this again. Nathan, this one's for you, honey. This was just I've been on here two hours. It was about 2.5 hours ago.
And it's your investigation. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Are you familiar, I'm sure you are, with the Sebastian Rogers case?
Hold on one second. Let me send you over to the missing person unit. Hold on one second.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm missing person. So how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I hate to bother you. I have a question for you on the Sebastian Rogers case. And it's just a question. Is that a cold case?
No, ma'am. We still are receiving active tips and leads on it every day, so it's definitely still being worked and not considered cold.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with, do you know that there's a local news station in Nashville that is putting out that is a cold case?
I'm not familiar. Which one are you referring to? You know?
News Channel 5, yeah, I know. It's posted. It was posted yesterday by this news person online. That's not a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. You know, I mean, that's just not a good sign because that'll cause people to stop looking and putting forward tips and stuff, in my opinion. So I wanted to verify that with you.
Was it on like social media?
Nick,
or was it just an article on their website?
Nick Barris put it out. I'll just go ahead and say it. Nick Barris put it out. News Channel 5.
Okay. Okay. I will get on there and take a look at it and let our public information officer know and see if they need to reach out to him or anything. But it's definitely still a very active case with us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, how do you like them apples? So that was for the ones that didn't hear that call or you're just coming in. So he may work on the behalf of Sumner County. He might. And he might be in the pockets of all of them. But this case, I assure you, is not a cold case. And I assure you that the FBI is also on this case. And I assure you that they just the night before last had been taking tips. And I assure you it's not cold. So Sumner County may sit there and twiddle their thumbs. Yeah, a press release would be nice, Dave. And they can sit there and stick their thumbs sticky from the donuts up their ass and respectfully, and they can, you know, lick them off. I don't care what they do. But this case is not a cold case. You know, it's just not. So, but for Nick to do what he did on top of Sebastian's flyer, he didn't have to do that. And I feel like he owes, of course, he can feel any way he wants. Again, like I said in the beginning of this live, everybody was born with an asshole, and opinions are just like assholes. Everybody's got one. So, but I feel like, in my opinion, he should come out and apologize because somebody sees that above Sebastian's flyer. They're not going to read everything he says. They're just going to say, see those 3 words, I guarantee you. Speed read and say, oh, cold case. Bye. So he don't need, exactly, Lisa. Why would he do that on a missing child? Again, I think he needs to pick up his marbles off the ground and put them in his pocket or back in his brain. I don't know. But why would he do that? You know, that's $1 million question. I don't know. He needs to stop. It's wrong. It's wrong. Any way you cut it and chop it and dice it and slice it and cook it up, it's wrong. And he should be ashamed of himself. All right.
Comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. My name. We are using this.
Okay, we can watch something else. So let me, okay, so there's that. Yeah, money talks, and that's right, bullshit walks in. You're right about that. Absolutely. Me too, Lisa. I firmly believe in that. Absolutely. Yep. So, you know, let me just say this. Um, you know, Katie did talk in past tense and she caught herself um, several times. Um, and she did this on his 16th birthday, and she did it again on his 17th birthday in the news interview. And I'm glad she brought the photos out. Um, you know, I'm glad she did, and I'm glad she got on there and talked about him. But Katie, why did you not show your face? I mean, why did you not show your face? I like to speak directly to people. Y'all know that about me. So I'm going to ask her. Of course, she's not going to answer me until I call there maybe in a year or so. I'm just saying. And she cusses me out again. And she didn't cuss me, I'm just going to say. But we'll talk about that. But Katie, why didn't you show your face? There's been several times you've been on screen. My interview, for one, you didn't show your face. There's been a couple of real news interviews you did that you didn't show your face. And this time, you didn't show your face. I mean, if Sebastian's out there, no matter if he ran away, which I don't think he did, nor a lot of other people don't, but if he ran away, let's just go there, or if he was being held against his will, God forbid, or being tortured, God forbid, but if he was seeing the TV, YouTube, or that interview that you just did with Duchess on his birthday, would you not want him to see your face and you talking about him or smiling about him, showing those pictures? Why did you not speak to him? I mean, I can guess. You told me on the phone that day, people's going to have questions. Well, I got questions. You said as long as they're nasty. I'm not being nasty. I'm being serious. You said it's understandable. Well, please understand. You could have spent 10 minutes showing those photos. Fine. And again, I'm sure Duchess could have cared less, could have cared one bit if you spent another 39 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour showing more pictures of an older Sebastian along with those photos. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, maybe. And showing your face, how much you miss him, how much you love him. I know you're sitting there going, well, damned if I do and damned if I don't. And telling him like, and I know you don't want to be compared to this, and telling him like Seth did, he needs to find a phone to call your phone number, because you still have the same phone number. I mean, you do still have the same phone number, don't you, Katie? Do you, Katie? I don't know. I don't know what's fact about that and what's not. Because that's not how we spoke. I know, I understand. get some things are private. I know you want to hold on to some things. I mean, normal people do. I'm not saying you're not normal, but I mean, I would think all normal people do. They want to hold on to some things and keep some things personal and private, not for the world to see. But we're going on 2 years now. People need to see a more relevant picture of Sebastian if you plan on bringing your son home. If you know he's out there somewhere and he can be found. Katie, you need to tell the news, the local news, to stop saying that this is a cold case. You, as Sebastian's mother, need to stand up and fight for your son. You don't like what others say? Yeah, me either. But you truly are the key to this entire thing. Like it or not. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be cruel. I have apologized. But in the meantime, the truth is the truth. And Sebastian still needs to be found. He needs to be found no matter what. No matter what happened, no matter what shape he's in, this needs to end. Look here, y'all. Language people tells you this all the time. Your language tells you more than people realizes it does. When a mother of a missing child slips into past tense, the public feels it in their gut. And y'all know what people say about your gut? Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you. It's simple. Always listen to your gut. I mean, to be fair, though, I guess some people speak in past tense because that's the only way they can cope, possibly, with their child being gone. I don't know. I'm no expert. But I am a mother. Maybe that's how they can constantly live with it. I don't know. I know I don't always say the right things the right way. Lord knows nobody's ever accused me of that. Not me. Sometimes I even write things the way they sound. And that's a little bit lazy. I'm a little bit lazy sometimes. God knows. It's a bad habit to get into. Habits are hard to break. Sometimes I say things the way they sound, and I've said it on here many times. Hell, if a person can read, they should be able to read upside down and know what in the hell they're reading and what they're saying, what they're reading and what you've wrote. And I still believe that's true, with the exception, of course, nobody can read a doctor's chicken scratch. And nobody can. Nobody can read that. but it's still true, in my opinion. But nevertheless, I don't have a missing child. And I am not speaking in past tense because I have a missing child. I am not trying to correct or hide anything with a missing child. So it don't really matter how I speak or what I say or how I write. So yeah, I guess that would make people question, and it should. It should. You don't have to have book sense. You don't have to have a degree. Sometimes all it takes is just a little common sense. Common sense sometimes matters more than anything. More than years of degrees of you hitting those books. Just saying. So, better yet, why not show your face? So your son can see you. Why not talk to your son? If you're a parent of a missing child, why wouldn't you? Why not plea for him? Why not plea to him? Come home. Go on the news. Tell him his mother has the same phone number. You're waiting for his call. You'll hop in your car anytime, 24/7, with the windows down this time, screaming for him before you can even stop, put on the brakes, and put the car in park. You'll be jumping out of the car. Can you say that? Would it be the God's honest truth? Would you this time run to the car? Would you this time be caught on camera with your windows rolled down? I don't know. I don't know. If Chris was not there and had zero part in this, why he's not questioning you, and maybe he is, but why he's not questioning a few things, not just you, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that, but why he's not questioning a few things himself, in my opinion, instead of being a ride or die husband. He should be a ride or live, like my friend says. Hell, we ain't here to ride or die. We're here to ride and live. I don't know. You know, past tense suggests your mind believes the outcome is final. Even if you try not to publicly say it or correct yourself, that's what it means. So does Katie think Sebastian is no longer here? Let me rephrase that. Does Katie know her only son is no longer here on this earth and he met his fate? Does she know that? Is she so cold-hearted and cruel to hide that truth from his father? Now, I don't know. I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be a fact. My thoughts don't matter. I always try to hold out hope that Sebastian's out there, because you got to. You got to. You cannot give up. It don't matter what I think in my head. If I have a tip, I'll still call it in. I have. It don't matter what I think in my head. If somebody suggests something, I still research it. Could this be possible? And I still hold out hope. I still try to give his father hope. And I still hope and pray every day that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is alive and well out there somewhere. Of course, it's not going to be great if he's found. How could it? But I pray either way also that he is found. He deserves to be found. This don't deserve to keep going on. But my thoughts don't matter. I always hold out hope, and I can think all kinds of things. But do I think chances are good? No, I don't. But it doesn't matter. He needs to be found. He deserves to be found, and he deserves to be looked for. And this case is not cold. He must be found at all cost. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all before I end this what my thought was and what I was talking about. So hit them thumbs up. Thank you for staying with me. Well, first, let me play this, because I did have this up. Let me play this. Hold on a minute. And then I'll tell y'all. I'm making y'all wait today. Hold on.
And disappeared from his mother's home northeast of Nashville in February of last year. His 17th birthday was this past weekend. Reporter Steve Mailing shows us how family and friends honored him.
For Seth Rogers, Culvert's malts remind him of his son Sebastian and the near 2 years Seth has spent searching for him.
Flyers get taken down. People sometimes think that he's been found, and he hasn't been found.
The now 17-year-old teen with autism went missing without a trace in February of 2024, and Seth has never given up hope that his son will be found.
It's my job and my duty as his father, as a parent, to go down every rabbit hole I can to find my son, because at the bottom of one of those will be Sebastian.
I talked to Seth outside of the Clarksville Culvers, which gave away free malts and handed out flyers in honor of Sebastian's birthday.
This will be another birthday. It's going to be another Christmas if he's not found before then. Something that a parent never wants to actually have to go through.
Since Sebastian has been missing, Seth has led the charge in searching for his son, with calls from investigators seemingly going silent as time passes.
I've put over 36,000 miles on my truck in Leeds. I feel like I'm the only parent out here looking for my son, and that's sad. That's sad for my son to have been staying someplace and living somewhere where those people aren't even looking for him.
Leads that have taken him to Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Mississippi, and a handful of other states. It's an investigation he wants the FBI to take control of, a request he feels has fallen on deaf ears.
They may not like me saying it, but I'm invested. It's my son. They're not. It's just another person to them. I refuse to accept that.
He wants the community to continue to keep their eyes open, pass out flyers, and help him bring his son home safe.
If you are seeing this, Sebastian, phone number is still the same. Call me. I will come and pick you up. I don't care where you're at. If I got to get a boat, I'll come pick you up, son. I'm looking for you, and I won't stop until I find you. I love you, boy, and I will always love you.
That was Steve Mailing reporting. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Sebastian's whereabouts.
We didn't hear none of that from Katie, did we?
I will come and pick you up. I don't care where you're at. If I got to get a boat, I'll come pick you up, son. I'm looking for you, and I won't stop until I find you. I love you, boy, and I will always love you. If you are seeing this, Sebastian, phone number is still the same. Call me. I will come and pick you up. I don't care where you're at. If I got to get a boat, I'll come pick you up, son. I'm looking for you, and I won't stop until I find you. I love you, boy, and I will always love you. If you are seeing this, Sebastian, phone number is still the same. Call me. I will come and pick you up. I don't care where you're at. If I got to get a boat, I'll come pick you up, son. I'm looking for you, and I won't stop until I find you.
Uh-oh, I didn't know speaker was on. I said, and that was WSMV4 Nashville. Sorry, I apologize for that. I didn't get them. Let me just make them a banner. Hold on a minute. I am sorry. I didn't get that up there in time. Hold on, let me do that while I'm talking. I don't mind putting them up there. I apologize. WSMV4 was the last video. Please go download them, sub up to them, whatever. I apologize for that because it's a little clip and I didn't get them up there in time, so I apologize for that. But anyway, so listen, this is what I wanted to tell you. So I said I had a thought and it hit me, and my thoughts are not always right, but my thoughts are not good all the time or whatever. But so I had this thought. And a lot of you may or may not agree with me, but it's just a thought, okay? So I had this thought that hit me late last night. And again, it don't make it true. It's my thoughts that come out of my head, okay? And it was a real thought, especially after thinking very carefully. Listen, I've been like I said, I didn't run straight here after I heard everything. Janice is like, oh no. After I had to wait and marinate what all was going on, what Katie said, what had happened after the birthday, and, all that kind of thing. And everything was a mixed bag, but then I was going back in my head. I had to go back and dig out in my head. Sometimes little crazy stuff goes on in my head, I ain't gonna lie. But the phone call that I had a couple of weeks ago with Chris and Katie. But anyway, I had this thought late last night, and it don't make it true again, but I thought, especially after me thinking very carefully on Sebastian's birthday and speaking to Katie by phone a few weeks ago, her and Chris, it was me thinking back on that conversation. And it was, so don't take this the wrong way. It was not Chris at all, not the words or the tone, okay? Chris is always very respectful, so don't get me wrong when I say that. So anyway, y'all know I called. Okay, never mind. Okay, so sometimes it's the things you can't hear behind the scenes. So I'm going to try to lay this out for you. And what I'm thinking, it was one of those you just had to kind of be there, okay, on the call or in my head or whatever. But I'm pulling it back out. So I thought late last night, Katie was, behind the scenes, she has this mask, and a lot of people listen to her and go, she talks sweet, she this, that, and other. And I guess unless you really know her, kind of like somebody else we know, right, girls? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Just out of the blue. And Chris was just dead silent, he just let it roll. He didn't say anything. He kind of got it back on track, nicely, calmly, not taking sides or saying anything. He just kind of changed the subject or whatever. But she just, out of the blue, boom, like I said, loudly, this little meek Katie, that's got this kid missing, you better be so grateful. And look, I have apologized publicly, privately, whatever. So Katie, if your feelings are hurt now, I'm not here for your feelings. I'm here for your son. So get over it, get a grip, and let Chris sit down and get you back on track. Okay? Right now, I got a thought. So she was like, you better be grateful. My husband is even giving you the grace of talking to you, and right now she's pissed at this point. Okay? Like, I done asked Chris what I wanted to ask, and because he talks. You talk to Chris, you talk to the family, you talk to him you get his permission. That's just, we know, right? And you kind of just forget Katie's there. I'm not trying to be mean, but you just kind of forget she's there. She don't never, whatever. So I told Chris what I wanted, and she's right. I mean, she's right. In all fairness, she's right. Chris didn't have to speak to me at all, but he did. See, here's my thought. So let me cut to the chase. So she's right. Chris didn't have to speak to me at all, but he did. But here's the thing. It was something for those in the back, or those new to this, it was something I was trying to do for what I thought at the time was to help somebody ask permission from Chris and Katie to, I thought at the time, to do something good in Sebastian's name on his birthday before all this Culver stuff come out. One, because I'm for Sebastian 100,000%. And two, because I'm all for doing good, for bringing awareness to Sebastian's name. And three, even if you're sorry, crazy ass, piece of shit, scared ass, man or woman, you're not man or woman enough to go to the source. Sorry. And can't stand on your own damn 2 feet. And you ask me kindly to do you a favor in a child's name, I'm probably going to do it in that child's name. Because I'm just like that. Until I find out trying to screw somebody. See, I try to do the right thing. And I will, as you see, I did the TBI today. And I don't give a damn whose head it's over. I will go to the source or the horse. I will jump over the cart. And I will do it respectfully. But don't screw me. Because you know why? It ain't about me. But at that point, you're screwing the child. You just screwed the child. And so therefore, you've just made me your enemy. But let me carry on. Let me carry on with my thought. I got sidetracked. Excuse me. I got sidetracked. So back to the story. Back to Katie. So anyway, back to Katie. So Katie was right. Chris was giving me respect and grace for even talking to me that day. Okay? Yeah, I just got a little sidetracked for a minute. Excuse me. Oh, Lordy. I do that sometimes. Anyway. And somebody must have been thinking about me. I had it was like confetti just fell on my head. I swear to God, I had a piece of paper fall on my head. Like a little, you know how when you tear a piece of notebook paper out in that little thing? I just had one fall off my hair. Lord have mercy. And I ain't even touched no paper. But anyway, that was a sign. Lord, I must be doing something right. Anyway, somebody must be throwing me some confetti from heaven, honey. But anyway, let's carry on. So, I give credit where credit's due. So I even appreciate it. I even appreciate, this is just me, that don't have to be y'all. I even appreciate Chris and Katie, talking to me that day. And honestly, it made me see a few things about myself. I felt a little bit better about some things. Not necessarily about Sebastian, just some things. Like I said, we talked for about an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was time. And I felt a little bit better. Honestly, I didn't lie about that. I felt a little bit better. And for that, I'm grateful. And nobody can take that away from me. But my advice is this. Katie, maybe you should sit down and listen to your husband. And maybe y'all should talk logically. Maybe y'all should talk in private about this whole situation going on. This entire situation going on. Whatever the situation may be, that y'all are both so desperate to keep under wraps. I feel it lays within Katie about Sebastian. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Even if there's knowledge elsewhere, people can't keep covering. Now, last night, I went back and I focused on that call. And I went back and it was Katie who was pissed because I was talking to Chris. But I don't think it was because I was talking to Chris. Now, here's where y'all got to listen and pay attention at my thoughts. I don't think she was pissed at all because I was talking to Chris, or Chris was talking to me, or Chris was giving me grace talking to me. Do y'all know what I think it was? I think, in my opinion only, Katie was pissed and her mask came off because Chris was talking to me and I was talking to Chris, trying to get permission to bring attention to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' name and face to her home, to her neighborhood. And I believe firmly that's what it was. So I think she got a little nervous and didn't want that attention brought to her or back to her or back to her home, and might have been got a little bit nervous. Chris could have possibly been persuaded to say yes, because in all realities, that is his home. So I think as anybody goes to Chris, she tries to block it if it's got anything. Because if you think about it, in the very end, Chris is the stepfather. Chris don't have the final say when it comes to her son. He does his house, of course. But that's Sebastian's mother. She has the final say over what happens. As far as Sebastian goes, not Chris. I want y'all to all think about that and chew on that, maybe even at the school. But when they're talking to Chris about that, I think that's why her mask came off. Telling me how graceful I should be in the ugliest tone. I really think that's what's going on here. But she's not this soft-spoken, broken mom. Just saying. Just chew on that a while. This is by far no cold case. So keep talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Keep spreading his flyers. Keep showing his face. Mail the flyer. Mail them in Christmas cards. Again, put them in the baskets when you go for Christmas shopping for your food, whatever it is. Do whatever you can. Exactly. Think outside the box. And remember, this absolutely is no cold case. And we got to keep it going. We got to keep his name and face out there. And we got to keep the prayers coming. Sebastian Rogers will be found and the truth will come out. One way or another. Many prayers. I thank y'all for being here. Excuse me. I thank y'all for being here. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your night. Nick, the right thing to do would be, if you want to put a flyer up, take that one down or edit it out, whatever y'all do over there, and make a public apology. Tell them this is not a cold case, because it's not. I'm out. See you in the streets. YouTube streets, that is. Y'all have a great night. See you later. Bye.